Hey, Six Gun Trav coming to y'all. Hope y'all doing all right out there. Y'all put them 10 millimeters down. Go get you a real gun. Black Hawk 41 Magnum. You'll love it. Hopefully, in a world of John Wicks and John Wayne. In a world of John Wicks, be a John Wayne or Clint Eastwood, one of them. uh, we surely need some of them guys back. Well, Clint Eastwood, he's still with us, but he done got on up there now. Wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about pawn shops and gun shops, places that sell guns, what to look out for. Like anything else, you got good guys in it and you got bad guys. So, um, the guy I deal with is about an hour, a little over an hour away from me. But it's worth the drive because he always does me right. And unfortunately, not many good shops left in my area anymore. But shout out to Scott. Scott, if you see this, hope y'all doing all right down there today. Uh, for the people in Georgia, it's the Pawn Shop of Thompson, in Thompson, Georgia. So go check him out, and ask for Scott. He'll do you a good deal on something. But anyway, like I said, some of the guys that's closer to my area, they're trying to charge over market price on guns. And that's certainly not right. Most most of the time when you look at the market price, you can get it for about $200 less than that, generally. So, just before you go buy something, do your research and look at the value of it and everything. And some guys I have something and try to claim that it's rare and try and charge you some kind of ridiculous price for it. When I was looking for my Colt single action, had a guy and Colt had made a single action, I guess in the early 2000s, that had a transfer bar in it. It was called the Colt Cowboy model. I guess that's when cowboy action shooting was getting hot. I guess they made it to compete with the Vaquero or something, but never looked into them too much. But I knew they was out there, and they was on Gunbroker for probably about $1,200 or $1,400, and that's what he had, and he was trying to pass it off to me as a authentic Colt single action, uh and like I said, I think he was gonna charge me $2,800 for it, and like I said, they was running 12 or 14 at the time, and he got mad about that because I didn't buy it. But I can't help that. I ain't no expert, but I know my stuff. I ain't gonna let somebody screw me over like that. And when you're in these shops, if you see somebody walk in with a gun, if they're not handling it correct, or well, I mean, most time they won't be waving around or anything, but if you just see something that's off, just always be careful. Had a guy one time that claimed to be an expert, and some of these people's out there, they claim to be an expert. When you get down to it, they don't know much at all. But anyway, he was working on a 22 rifle behind the counter, and I don't know. He didn't check it and then bumped it or pulled the trigger or whatever. But anyway, he was working on it and fired it off. So, but most of the times, if you're in a shop and they working on guns, they'll have a room in the back for that. Most of the time they won't be behind the counter with other people around. But if you are if you are doing that and got people around working on something, double check and make sure it is unloaded. I don't care if you have to check it 10 times. Don't never work on a loaded gun around other people. if you by yourself or whatever and nobody else is around, I guess do whatever you want to do. But I advise anybody that's working on a gun, make sure it's unloaded before you start messing with it. That could have been a hell of a lawsuit waiting to happen. He was extremely lucky that didn't hit somebody. But anyway, that's the story on that. And some of the guys out there, they'll try and do you a good deal the first time just so they can, and then lure you back in the second time and try and put the screws to you. And I catch on to them people pretty quickly. And that's the end of that. Once I see that, I don't go back. So that's that. Had a guy one time, was a real good guy. To start out with, and then got money hungry. Started selling the handguns to people out of state, and finally the ATF caught up with him. He's still doing time, far as I know. And that's a shame, but you never know what somebody's gonna become. He had several crooked things going on that I can't remember all the details now, but anyway. And most of the time there's still some good people out there. Sometimes you have to look for them. But you'll find them. There's guys, once you find a good one, they'll keep making you better deals as you come back to them. And a lot of times, once I find a good guy, I don't hardly deal with anybody else. But and sometimes when stuff gets hard to get, I remember when 22 Magnum got rare there for a little while. That's been a few years ago now. You couldn't hardly find any. And some of the people that did have ammo was gouging on it, overcharging people. So if something's rare, don't just buy from the first person you come across. Do your research. Like I said, do your research and check the value on everything. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Hope y'all have a good one.